Hi there, my name's Alexis Quinn. I spent a lot of time in the mental health system myself, and I also have two neurodivergent children. I often describe meltdown as a balloon in my head. The sensory input or the cognitive input or the emotional input's got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it only takes a little thing for that balloon to go bang and that meltdown to happen. In those moments, I notice for myself and also my children that I'm not in control. It's like a pure overload. Often I feel terrified. And for me, my skin feels like it's on fire, like my eyes are burning or my ears are being drilled. And I can't process language. What you do next as a parent or professional can either be a lifeline or add another layer of distress. So let's start with what hurts. So this is based on my experiences and some broader research as well. So talking to me, the most common response from people trying to help is to get close. They want to support, don't they? Alexis, are you okay? Some might say calm down. Others might ask what's happening? What can we do better? And this is like trying to put out a fire often with gasoline. Even though it may be well-meaning, it's more noise, it's more demand, and it's more sensory assault. Unexpected touch, holding my arm, holding hands, blocking my path, that can be experienced as threatening. A brain can interpret it as an attack, and I'll flight or I'll flee. Being physically held for me was agony, and that really intensified the idea that I wasn't in control and I'd lost my autonomy. An audience, being overwhelmed by public or being in a busy corridor or in front of others, that can feel really shaming. And then lastly, that unpredictability, being told one thing and then having it change. That can really shatter that felt safety. So, what helps? Reduce sensory input, don't talk, lower the lights, give space, be present. The only time I was really helped in a meltdown was when somebody sat near me, just as I say, being present, perhaps not saying much, but just offering me the things that helped me. So for instance, my weighted blanket. That deep pressure was grounding. I often wrapped myself tightly in blankets or sometimes even hid under the furniture. Second thing, don't block my movement. So my instinct in a meltdown is to move, to pace, to rock, to push against a wall. That's my body's natural sensory diet, trying to regulate itself. A safe place to pace is a great gift if you can, if your child's really into sort of proprioceptive and vestibular feedback. And just remember, don't block doors if it's safe not to do so. Opening it to a safe garden or a quiet room can be really helpful, but of course, safety first. Thirdly, use visuals, not words. So if you must communicate, try not to use those complex sentences or to blame or to shame. Sometimes writing it down on a whiteboard or just that simple visual choice, headphones or blanket, just showing the two options. Finally, validate reality. So this is what researchers call the double empathy problem. So my reality was that rain, if I'm feeling heightened, rain really hurt. My reality was that, any sort of beeping, any noise around is really, difficult. So obviously don't say, oh, it's just rain. Or, instead say, I see that hurts. So just remember, it's probably the case that your child's not giving people a hard time. They're having a hard time. So it's just about how we can be that safe space, how we can be their anchor, and how we can give them space to find their way back.